What are you? I thought you were Latina.
Yeah, but what's your nationality?
I thought you were Dominican.
What's your nationality?
You look Dominican.
I thought you were
What
What's your nationality?
My whole life, people have tried to pinpoint my ethnicity. My whole life, this has been my plight. Too white for the black kids and too black for the white. Gray.
What are you?
I answer reluctantly, anticipating the disappointment in their voices as they say,
Oh, okay.
Too normal. Black dad, white mother. They'd hoped for something more exotic, infatuated with the other. Growing up, I was often the token girl of color. I was the only POC on either team at my lacrosse games. My music school called me Black Kendall because there was a white girl with the same name. It was at that same place that I received a superlative for most ethnic. But for me, this was all okay. Who was there to tell me it wasn't right as I stayed out of the sun during the day and straightened my hair every night? White. It wasn't until I arrived at Howard University that I began to converse with my blackness. I never thought I could refer to us as we, or wear head wraps or braids or twists. I'm the lightest color that a mixed girl could be. I didn't feel my experience was comparable. My dad never showed me any classics on BET, and I was well into my teens before I discovered 90s R&B. I didn't feel deserving, but I was starting to feel accepted. Black. People always assume I'm from the Dominican Republic, so when I got here, I expected to blend right in and learn the language quick. The reality check came on only my third day, when from across the room I heard somebody say,
Americana!
Me? How do they know I'm not Dominican? Someone told me it was the way I was dressed. Great, I'll never win. I'm in the one place in the world where I look like 70% of the population and still I don't fit in. Don't get me wrong, most times I do pass. That is, until someone says a word that I haven't yet learned in my Spanish class. And once the cat's out of the bag, I can expect the same dreaded question, only this time in a new language.
¿De dónde eres?
I answer reluctantly, anticipating the confusion and debate.
¿No eres dominicana?
No, like I said, I'm American.
Pero tus padres son dominicanos?
No, my parents are also American.
Bueno, tú pareces dominicana o latina o algo así, no sé.
Yep, sorry to disappoint again. One control driver insisted I was lying. He thought I just didn't want to talk to him, thought that the truth would come out if he just kept trying. I spoke very clearly, he said. But it was his own fault that he hadn't yet exhausted the available vocabulary in my head. Sometimes I contemplate just faking a thick American accent to avoid the objections. Or saying, yes, my parents are Dominican, since in this experience, that's the only way one could be my complexion. But I don't. I now know that these are opportunities to educate. These people have taught me so much. This is my chance to reciprocate. Because it was here, fighting to prove my identity. It was here, battling a classroom of Dominicans about how racism in the U.S. is not dead and inequality is as real as ever. It was here, criticizing Dominican society for not taking pride in their African heritage, that I realized I'm a hypocrite. How can I tell others that they need to get in touch with their roots, that they should express their blackness more, that the Pan-African community is waiting to accept them with open arms right at their door, and then continue to feel like I'm not worthy? We're one and the same, a mix of similar races. The only discrepancy is that we were colonized by different places. I, too, am a true part of the African diaspora, a valid member of the African American community. I am accepted. I only have to feel that I deserve to be. I now wear my blackness on both of my sleeves. I feel like my best self in a head wrap and wooden earrings. And as I float around Pucamaima on a cloud of red, black, and green, I hope that maybe, just maybe, my mixed brethren will begin to see the strength, the beauty, and the creativity that has contributed to everything great on this continent, our African ancestry. Mezcla.